Guruji, namaskar.
Namaskar.
I have a doubt in voice sense. Please explain me what is voice sense.
Okay, voice sense. So it's very easy. Okay, you sit down. Welcome to PMG once again. Okay, today we'll discuss voice sense. Voice. Then what is voice? What is voice? Actually, voice is not sound. Voice is structure. Voice is not sound, voice is structure, voice is the form. Actually, voice tells whether the subject does the action or receives action. What? Voice tells whether the subject receives an action. It means voice कौन करूची? Voice tells about the story of subject, story of the doer of the action, story of the receiver of the action. Actually कौन होची ना आमर voice दी प्रकार voice होची आमर दी प्रकार गोटे होची active voice आ गोटे होची कौन passive voice. Okay, active voice tells about the doer of the action. Passive voice tells about the receiver of the action. Let's know. Active voice tells about the doer of the action. Doer, receiver. Doer कौन? जिये काम करे ता doer. One who receives is called the receiver. Okay. So active voice tells about the doer of the action, whereas passive voice tells about the receiver of the action. Okay. Suppose Raju kick the ball. This sentence is in active voice. Raju kick the ball. Who is the doer of the action? Doer of the action is Raju. Raju is the doer of the action. Active voice tells about the doer of the action. Passive आम करिबा the ball was kicked by Raju. Here, passive voice tells about the receiver of the action. See, here ball is the receiver. We know that जोटा active voice रे object, passive voice रे that subject. Suppose he wrote a poem. Which is the subject here? This is subject, this is verb, this is object. This is the active construction. Passive, in passive construction, what happens? A poem was written by him. See, here a poem is the subject. Here poem is the subject. Object in active voice becomes subject in the passive voice. And here, this does not do the action. Here he does the action, he the doer. But the poem doesn't do the action. The poem receives the action. So we call it receiver. In active voice, subject acts, but in passive voice, the subject is acted upon. Passive voice रे कौन करूची ना subject काम करूनी, receive करूची action को, it is subject काम करूची. It is doer of the action होची he, it is doer of the action के say he. It is subject होची a poem. A poem is not the doer of the action. Poem is the receiver of the action. Okay? ताले active voice रे कौन होची ना subject act, passive voice रे कौन होची subject receives the action. And we know that the first rule of active and passive is object in active voice become the subject in the passive. The basic, let's know the basic formulas. Basic formula of voice sense. যেতବେଳେ ଆମେ active ରୁ passive କରିବା କଣ କରିବା basic formula? What is the basic formula of voice sense? Step 1 ने object in active voice becomes the subject in passive. जोटा active voice object ସେଇଟା ହଉଛି ପାସିଭ ଭଏସ ର ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ହବ। ଦେନ୍ स्टेप 2 रे कौन यूज द राइट फॉर्म ऑफ बी वर्ब राइट फॉर्म बी वर्ब is the only verb which has 8 different forms is amar was were be being been clear। then step 3 रे कौन करिबा यूज द verb 3 यानी past participle सर्वदा पासिव रे वर्ब 3 रहिबो वर्ब 2 केबे रहिबो नाही। एक्टिव रु पासिव को चेंज कला बेले पासिव वाक्य रे सर्वदा वर्ब 3 मींस पास्ट पार्टिसिपल रहिबो क्लियर। देन स्टेप 4 रे कोन करिबा ना यूज बाय प्लस सब्जेक्ट इफ नेसेसरी यूज बाय प्लस सब्जेक्ट साधारणतः कोन बाय बसे तार तनो सर्वदा बाय with भी परिवो टू भी परिवो फॉर एग्जांपल सपोज आई नो हिम इति कोन होची ना ही इज नोन टू मी ही इज नोन टू मी इति कोन होला टू बसिला। सपोज द रूम वाज filled with smoke इति विथ अछि बाय न ही विथ भी हिची किंतु यूजुअली हमें कोन बसाऊ ना बाय बसाऊ यूजुअली हम बाय बसाऊ बाय प्लस सब्जेक्ट। सो फॉलो दिस 4 steps। Steps 1 object in active voice becomes the subject in passive। Step 2 use the right form of be। Step 3 use the verb 3 past participle। Step 4 use by plus subject if necessary। When the doer of the action is definite we mention it, when the doer of the action is not definite we do not mention it clear। ताला हमें मन भीतर प्रश्न होतियो पिला काहे कि हम पासिव करू व्हाई डू यू डू पासिव पासिव हमें काहे कि करू कोन पई पासिव करू लेट्स नो को सिचुएशन में पासिव करू। नंबर 1 व्हेन द डूअर इज अननोन व्हेन द डूअर ऑफ द एक्शन जे काम करूची दैट्स नॉट नोन टू अस जेतो डूअर ऑफ द एक्शन को हम जानि ने सेतो हम पासिव करि परिबे। सपोज एग्जांपल फॉर एग्जांपल this work was done in time actually we don't know the doer of the action again quote kariba number 2 when the doer of the action is unimportant जेतो doer of the action unimportant we do passive। suppose this temple was built last year actually some people built this temple and we think that the people are not important so we did not mention the people this temple was built last year बुझुछ ना नहीं here doer of the action is not important ए केस रे हमें मध्य पासिव करू। तापरे कोन when we want politeness in case of politeness we do passive kemiti you are requested to join us you are requested to join us is not polite you are requested to join us you are requested to do this work you are requested to go with us clear। so when we want politeness we do passive। then number 4 in news reports so what we can say the bill was passed the festival was observed like this। in case of news reports we use passive in these 4 contexts when the doer is unknown we use passive when the doer of the action is unimportant we use passive when we want politeness we use passive when in news reports we use passive clear। actually passive रे कोन active एवं passive रे The man made a house. Here the focus is on the man. Means the doer of the action. Voice is about focus. What is focus? Focus means importance. आमे का को importance होचे? Focus means importance. Focus means our attention. The man made a house. It is active रे. The man ऊपर focus अछि. आमे करिबा focus टाକୁ change करिबा passive रे. Let's change the focus. A house was made by the man. इट कौन होला समान दिन सही कौन होइछि खाली आमे तो पासिव कले फोकस टाକୁ चेंज कले इट हाउस ऊपर फोकस सी पासिव डज नॉट चेंज द मीनिंग नंबर 1 वी कैन से पासिव डज नॉट चेंज द मीनिंग पासिविटी मीनिंग चेंज करछ की ना द मैन मेड अ हाउस वाज मेड बाय द मैन सेम मीनिंग again passive does not change tense passive does not change tense the man made a house simple past a house was made by the man simple past here what meaning stays and tense also stays there is no change in meaning there is no change in tense only what we do we change the focus means who is in the spotlight actually here in this sentence the man is in the spotlight means focus in the second sentence a house is in the spotlight okay here man here house so voice is changing the focus voice is not about changing the meaning voice is not about changing the tense voice is about changing the focus voice is about changing the importance बुझियो ना नहीं voice is about the doer of the action voice is about the receiver of the action in active we talk about the doer of the action in passive we talk about the receiver of the action clear तापर मन भीतर प्रश्न हो तो सब वाक्य कोन पासिव हेई परिब की सब वाक्य कोन पासिव हेई परिब ना only a sentence with a transitive verb is a subject to passive tale they are playing in the field can it be passivized no it is not a subject to passive because it lacks an object or it lacks a transitive verb tale kon hochi transitive verb is a subject to passive what is transitive verb transitive verb transitive the verb with an object is called a transitive verb जो क्रियार कर्म अच्छी ता सकर्मक जार कर्म नहीं ता अकर्मक बुझौ छ नहीं केवल ट्रांजिटिव वर्ब इज सब्जेक्ट टू पासिव आम ट्रांजिटिव होउछ कोन ना ट्रांजिटिव हमर ट्रांजिटिव दी प्रकार फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन mono-transitive and di-transitive we don't have any tri-transitive verb mono-transitive means single object गोटी ऑब्जेक्ट थले mono-transitive double object थले double objects di-transitive जार गोटी कर्म अछि ता होछि mono-transitive जार दीटा कर्म होछि ता होछि di-transitive से mono-transitive थाउ बा di-transitive थाउ we want a transitive verb to change into passive we want a sentence with an object to change into passive केवल कौन होछि they are playing in the field passive हेई परिबो नाही काहे कि ना आरो कौन नाही ना आरो transitive verb नाही बार object नाही वर्तन करिबा उठे वाक्य देखिबा they are playing cricket in the field see they are playing cricket in the field what are they playing cricket here cricket is object कर्ता ओ क्रिया रे व्हाट हु बा हुम लगे प्रश्न कले जहा उत्तर मिले ताहा साधारणतः ऑब्जेक्ट दे आर प्लेइंग क्रिकेट व्हाट आर दे प्लेइंग क्रिकेट पासिव रे कोन करिबा हमें क्रिकेट ऊपर फोकस दबा वॉइस इज अबाउट चेंजिंग द फोकस वॉइस इज नॉट अबाउट चेंजिंग द टेंस वॉइस इज नॉट अबाउट चेंजिंग द मीनिंग फोकस टाउ चेंज कर दबा स्पॉटलाइट का पर दबा ना क्रिकेट ऊपर cricket is being played by them in the field. See, by them भी हमें उठी परिवा से कथा will discuss later. Cricket is being played. इटी कौन होची ना फोकस टा कहाँ पर कसिला इटी फोकस थला दे ऊपर इटी फोकस बर्तमान क्रिकेट ऊपर कसिला. So voice here focuses in active voice on subject. Voice focuses in passive voice on receiver of the action. That is also the subject, because we know that object in active voice become the subject in passive voice. इठी ये जो active voice रा subject ता काम करूची, passive voice रा subject ता कौन करूची काम को receive करूची. Here this subject acts, but this subject is acted upon. This subject does the action, this subject receives the action. इटी कौन होची ना is being हला मन भीतर प्रश्न हो तो सिटी was थिला इटी is being. Different tense अनुसारे passive रो different rules अच्छी. We have different rules for different forms of tense. Okay, so we can discuss that. बर्तमान passive कौन बा voice change कौन मु भाबुची you know it well. So voice change is changing the importance, changing the focus, not changing the meaning, not changing the tense. So let's know the PMG poem on voice. What? Active acts, passive sleeps, meaning stays, the tense it keeps, active spotlights, the doer bright, passive brings the receiver to light. Change the form, not the sense. Voice is grammar's elegance. Okay. So what is the PMG poem on voice tense? Active acts, passive sleeps, meaning stays, the tense it keeps, active spotlights, the doer bright, passive brings the receiver to light, change form, not the sense, voice is grammar's elegance. Okay, I think you have understood what voice is. So obey your parents, obey your teachers, and keep on watching PMG, keep on learning English. May God bless you.